Bill, there are tens of thousands of students in university who will graduate every few years, and they're studying and they want to be successes in their life. A lot of these people are studying technical tracks, they're in business and engineering. I knew a man in Maine, and he studied to be a psychologist, and he became one of the most important financial consultants or analysts on Wall Street in the 1980s, with a psychology background, which is, I think, a talking and a people background. Is a lot of the stuff you say in the book Common Sense Success sort of built around these principles as well?
Psychological principles? Yeah, I think it's a psychology of getting along with people. You know, I keep telling people I visit with, in spite of having a college education, you still can be successful if you know how to communicate and get along with people. And I believe that comes from the psychology of how we interact with each other. In fact, when I sold my company, this industrial psychologist is the one who became the general manager of it, because, you know, he knew how to work with people. He knew how to create an environment where they would become more motivated. And so he was able to help other people become much more successful. And even though he didn't know how to he didn't know all the technical skills to become successful himself, he could help other people use those skills. So I think a psychological degree would help almost anyone.
And I guess I don't mean just a degree, but sort of that background. I guess what I'm thinking is that so many people are they're concentrating on the business management principles and they're the accounting principles or engineering principles. But isn't there something to be learned about just basic, I guess, common sense? I mean,
oh yeah, it's common sense to have people skills, right? That's what we're talking about. And I believe that's the reason why the psychologists do so well. They're really trained in how to have better people skills. So I believe it's a great training, and whether you have a degree or not, that's unimportant. You know, there's all sorts of training you can get. The School of Hard Knocks is not a bad one for developing people skills.